For its last leg of the multi-nation visit, all-party delegation led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has arrived in the United States of America. After concluding a successful visit to Panama, the delegation has arrived in the capital of the United States for its last leg. After talks with US politicians and think tanks, the delegation will be departing for India later. Brian Thomas is live with us on this big story. Brian, what is the itinerary of the Shashi Tharoor-led delegation in the US?
Well, clearly, talking about this very group also of the all-party delegation also. Clearly, one of the group, the first group also just reached the India also, and clearly now also yesterday that happened. Now on the final leg of this very multinational tour, the all-party parliamentary delegation that is now led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has arrived in Washington. Now this also marks as a continuation of India's diplomatic outreach, and clearly talking about the itinerary also, clearly it will be about strengthening the strategic partnership and amplifying its global position on key issues, particularly its unwavering stance against terrorism. Clearly also the delegation also will be interacting with the US lawmakers, policymakers and think tanks. And clearly also very importantly, talking about this group, India is also expected to reiterate its firm zero tolerance policy towards terrorism in all its forms and manifestation. They clearly made a detailed dossier also, and we are also likely to present a detailed dossier outlining the threats that is posed by cross-border terrorism. It will also involve the non-state actors and also the need for international cooperation to combat terror networks operating with impunity. They have a detailed dossier that talks about the 26/11, the 9/11 also, where Pakistan was also behind these massive attacks. And India also, clearly the message would be very clear, that has been clear from day one, that yes, terrorism is a global.
Yes, interestingly, Brian, the visit by the Tharoor-led delegation also comes at a time when a similar delegation from Pakistan is also in the US.
Yes, clearly, Uday, but if you talk about the India's impact on this, would be way severe and way critical also than Pakistani side itself. Even though yes, Pakistani side has also been taking, rather it's if I would put it in our record that yes, it would be a copy paste from Pakistani side. But clearly, if you talk about the Indian delegation, they have been on the Operation Outreach program also. They have been, the Group 7 have been visiting not only just America itself, but they have been visiting different nations. They have been visiting the European Union, they're visiting US, they're visiting African states. So there have been many such states that the delegation have been visiting. And yesterday also the delegation, the Group 1 delegation, has also reached, that was led by Vijay Pandya, also reached India itself. And clearly now this very delegation, and all these delegations prepared a detailed dossier also, which outlined the threats posed by cross-border terrorism. And clearly, Uday, we need to note this as well. In the dossier itself, they've just not mentioned the attacks that happened in India, but there was an attack that they had a dossier that even put forward that there was a 9/11 attack also, where Pakistan was behind that very terror attack that has happened. So
all right, more